Gary Vaynerchuck says, business loves speed. Speed is one of the main keys to a successful business, especially in a highly competitive marketplace such as e-commerce. Luckily, Facebook targeting has become very powerful throughout the years. So powerful that it now provides advertisers with tools to reach laser-targeted audiences who are very interested in their product, which allows them to scale their campaigns while maintaining a positive return on investment. However, before they're able to scale their Facebook campaigns, advertisers have to go through the hassle of testing a lot of audiences and ad set variations until they find one that brings them consistent sales to stay profitable when scaling. Unfortunately, creating and testing new audiences and ad sets on Facebook is a very tedious and time-consuming task. So much tedious that most advertisers only test a few audiences before giving up and moving on to another product. If you could start testing, finding winning audiences, and scaling your ads 100 times faster than your competitors, would that allow you to beat them and win the market? Of course it would. That's exactly why we developed Scalify. So, you want to test a new product on Facebook ads. You create a campaign with basic interest targeting. You launch it. You wait. Look again later that day and wow! Sales are coming in at a very low price. You're making money. That's good. Awesome. This is a winner, you think. The next logical step would be scaling your campaign. You duplicate the ad set. Maybe test a few age ranges, some other interests. Split test the genders. You create a few variations and realize it's already taking up so much time, so you stop at 10 to 20 ad sets max. You're excited to see what's going to happen. A few hours later, you open your Facebook ads account to see how your winner is doing, and your jaw drops down. Your cost per purchase has tripled. Your return on ad spend is now below your margin, and what you thought was a winner is now wasting your money. The only one getting rich here is big old Facebook and not you. You get frustrated, maybe sad even. You turn off the ads and start from new. Another day, another product. Let's see if this new one will be my winner. And you repeat the cycle. This is what most e-commerce advertisers do. You keep repeating the same cycle and keep getting the same results, which makes you even more frustrated and more anxious and worried seeing your Facebook ads bill going up and up without the returns you wanted. We have some great news. If this is you, then none of what we mentioned is the real problem. The real problem is you are not using proper scaling techniques because they're too long and complicated. So here's the two things pro e-commerce advertisers do that allow them to scale. Number one, they scale using lookalike audiences. Once a product starts producing sales, you want to create lookalike audiences based on the video views and the website traffic events the pixel has recorded. This allows Facebook to find people that are similar to the customers and to the people who have already shown interest for this product. Number two, they use the 80-20 rule. The 80-20 rule says 80% of your results are produced by 20% of the inputs. In Facebook ads, that means only 20% of the audience you target are the ones who produce 80% of your sales and results. So imagine your Facebook audiences as this big piece of steak with lots of fat around it. The majority of the piece is just fat, and the real meat is only a small portion of it. So what you want to do is trim the fat and only keep the meat that actually produces the results. How do you trim the fat in Facebook ads? You split these audiences as much as possible. You want to test male versus female. Split the age pyramid into small year chunks and test them versus each other, test countries against each other, and so on. You also want Facebook to find audiences similar to people who previously took some action on your product. An action could be viewed the product, added the product to cart, initiated checkout, added payment info, purchased the product, watched your video promotion, watched 50%, 75%, or 95% of the video. These similar audiences are called lookalike audiences. You also want to test the percentage of the population of the country in the lookalike audience that can go from 0 to 1%, 1 to 2%, 2 to 3%, up to 9 to 10%. Not to mention that you have to create a custom audience of each action we just talked about. Create a lookalike audience for it. Create an ad set for each single one of these lookalike audiences and set each ad set's ad with the same page post. Now, maybe you're starting to see the problem with this. It takes a long amount of time. Let's see how long it would take us to create one variation to test. What we're going to do now is speed up the process in front of your eyes and show you a timer of how much time it took us to create this one variation. For this demo, let's test a lookalike audience of people who added the product to cart. We first create the custom audience. To create the custom audience, we need the product ID so that Facebook knows which product we're working on. We go bring the product ID from our store and copy it. Create the custom audience for people who added the product to cart. Then we go and create a lookalike audience based on the custom audience we just created. We choose the country, the population percentage, and now we need to create an ad set to test this new lookalike audience. We go to Ads Manager, create a new ad set and a new ad. Then choose the lookalike audience and the audience setting of this audience. And now we need to create an ad using an existing post from our page to preserve the social engagement we already have. We go to the Page Posts section in Business Manager and look for the post we need to promote. We copy this post ID and go back to our ad and then set the post ID there. As you see, it took us 5 minutes to create one variation. Now, that was one variation we wanted to test. There's a bunch of other variables we want to test. What about the other events like people who viewed the product, those who added it to the cart, those who added their payment information, or those who completed watching the promotional video? All of these people have also expressed their interest in this product, right? Every Facebook ads expert knows exactly how important it is to test all of these lookalike audiences. However, as you just saw, it's impossible to do it all manually, as creating and testing only one audience takes an average of 5 minutes. If you wanted to test just by the different events and the percentage of video views, it would take a long time. Actually, let's do the math right now. We want to test view content, add to cart, initiate checkout, added payment info, purchase, viewed 50% of the video, viewed 75% of the video, viewed 95% of the video. That's 8 custom audiences. Now, let's say we wanted to try lookalike audiences in 2 different countries, the US and the UK. And let's say we want to try 10 different lookalike population sizes, 0 to 1%, 1 to 2%, etc. That is 160 different lookalike audiences. One lookalike takes 5 minutes to make. 160 lookalikes will take 800 minutes. And if you want to break down the audience by age and gender, you would have to duplicate again and adjust the settings. That's 133 hours, which is almost 4 days, supposing you work 24 hours a day. And think about the outrageous costs if you were to outsource this to a VA. Virtual assistants in countries like the Philippines cost very little, only $3 to $5 per hour for basic tasks. Imagine if you'd hired the lowest priced one to do this for you. That's $3 times 133 hours. That's a minimum of $399 per campaign. That's just one product with one type of test. If you want to test other products, the number doubles. This process takes a long amount of time and an unreasonable amount of money to outsource. We fell in the same problem, so we thought, how cool would it be if there was an app that did all of this split testing for us? It created the custom audiences, it created the lookalikes off of them, it split tested all of these variations and paired them up for us. And all we do is just provide instructions and let it work. That would save us thousands of dollars and give us a real competitive edge over our competitors. Introducing Scalify. Scalify does all the work for you. Scalify creates the custom audiences, creates the lookalikes, and launches the ads from the Scalify app without having to log into your Facebook ads account. Want to launch a campaign to a lookalike of people who purchased a product? There are 2 ways of doing that, either using the pixel traffic purchase data or using the product sales data. Facebook only keeps the pixel data available for a limited number of days, so for purchases lookalike audiences, we recommend better to use sales data from Shopify. Let's see how easy it is to do this with Scalify. First, we go to Customer Lookalike Audiences. select the ad account we want to work on. We give the campaign a name. Then we select the page posts we'd like to use as ads. And here we select what product sales data we want the custom audience to be based on. We could do all products, a few products, or one product. This is great for segmenting by niche if you have a general store. We can also filter customers by lifetime value. Scalify will calculate the data for us and provide us with countries that we were able to use. We choose the countries we want to target, and then we pick up to 20 lookalike audiences in Scalify. The Facebook user interface only allows us to do 10, by the way. Then we set up our daily budget, the age range, the gender, what we want to optimize for. Then we choose our placements. Then here's the best part. We could break down these audiences by age and gender. So if we split ages by 9 years, Scalify will create a new ad set for each group. We can also break down by gender and have one ad set for each pair of age group gender. Once we're done with our settings, we can review our configuration before asking Scalify to start doing the work. We can keep the campaign paused until we verify the output on Ads Manager, or directly enable them by checking the Enable Ad Set checkbox. So when we're done, we just hit Scale. And voila! Scalify will be doing all of the hard work for us. It's super easy to use. Scalify can create customer lookalike audiences campaigns, traffic lookalike audience campaigns using all traffic pixel events, video lookalike audiences campaigns, retargeting campaigns, dynamic product ads campaigns, create audiences for you, run ads to existing audiences, generate custom and lookalike audiences, create split test audiences, male versus female, and split age groups with one click. Easily create custom conversions for your products. And do all of this 100 times faster than manual work. Dynamic product ad campaigns are retargeting campaigns for people who have viewed a certain product on your website. When they go to Facebook, they'll see a carousel ad with the same product first and other relevant products next to it. Big companies like Amazon and eBay do this all the time, and they're one of the most powerful retargeting strategies an e-commerce business can use with Facebook ads. Here's how you can create a DPA retargeting ad in Scalify. Click Dynamic Catalog Retargeting. Enter the proper information. Change the ad text, or don't. The default one works well. Hit Create Retargeting Campaign, and you're done. No extra plugins to install, no going from window to window, all done in under 60 seconds instead of a third of an hour. This is just one of many tasks Scalify can automate for you. And while other apps charge you per ad spend when you want to create a retargeting campaign, Scalify charges you nothing on your ad spend. You can spend $100 or $1 million on your retargeting campaigns that you built extra fast with Scalify and not have to pay us a single cent. Think about all of the money you could save just for using Scalify versus other opportunistic apps. Imagine being able to test 100 times faster than your competitors. Imagine being able to scale your winning products 100 times faster than your competitors. Imagine logging into your Facebook ads account and seeing that your campaigns are producing consistent profit. Imagine finding winning variations 100 times faster than before. Imagine becoming one of the top advertisers in your niche. Imagine scaling your revenue to multiply 6, 7, or 8 figures per year by having this secret weapon. You can do all of this with Scalify. Scalify is the #1 app to automate launching and scaling campaigns for you. There is no other tool or human being or thing in existence that can do what Scalify does for you. Our concept is completely unique and the execution is the closest to perfect. Today, you have the opportunity to get access to Scalify, plus step-by-step video tutorials that show you how to use each feature of the software, plus responsive support team to get any question answered and any problem resolved. Plus, new features requests. You can request features to be added to Scalify, and we'll have them added as soon as possible. Doing one test that Scalify does in less than minutes will take you 4 days working 24/7 with no sleep, or at least $400 in outsourcing fees. That's for one single test. Testing and scaling products manually or with outsourcing is the old way. The new way is using automation, and Scalify is the best and only way to do it. You can start your free trial of Scalify risk-free and cancel anytime you want. Click the button next to this video to save thousands of dollars and take over your market now. As you see, Scalify is a revolutionary app, and your competitors could be watching this video right now. The word is getting out there, and more people are starting to use Scalify to beat their competition at Facebook ads and win the market. With every day that goes by, the risk of having your competitors start using Scalify goes up. And you know once they do, you can't stop them and you won't be able to catch up. You'll be using an old horse while your competitors are speeding at 150 miles per hour in their brand new Tesla. Which one do you want to be? Do you want to be the one on the old horse or the fast Tesla? Time is of the essence. You can't wait anymore to start using automation. Today is the day. Start your free trial and start using automation now. You're at a crossroads right now. You have two options. Option number one, keep doing what you're doing. Try to automate later. Nothing will change. You'll spend the year making the same amount as you did last year. You'll get more frustrated with your scaling. Your competitors are going to start using Scalify, and you'll start making even less money than right now. You're at a real risk here if you don't do anything. You're an entrepreneur, and you know that there are no guarantees in life. Your competitors could start automating as soon as tomorrow. You will be screwed. Why take an unnecessary risk of losing your market share and business to someone else who just took more action than you did? Plus, as an opportunity cost, you're missing out on a whole other level of sales when you scale properly. You know you could easily double your sales with a proper scaling campaign. You're losing all of that money right now by deciding you won't change your old ways. You, by not adopting automation, are costing your business, employees, and family, and yourself 5, 6, or 7 figures in potential sales that you're just denying right now by not taking action. You have to adopt automation. You need this. Option 1 is for losers. It's a losing option. Option number 2, start automating the testing and scaling of your campaigns using Scalify. You'll start seeing more positive returns on your ad spend. You'll be able to create ad campaigns 100 times faster than your competitors can. You'll be able to retarget like nobody can. You'll be able to get so deep and trim the fat so much that you'll have the highest ROI in the market. You'll become an indestructible machine that eats up markets for any product you're competing for. You'll become the leading e-commerce business in your market, and everybody will look at you and wish they had your store and your business. They won't know what your secret is. Your secret is Scalify. Make Scalify your secret now. Click the button and start your free trial now. E-commerce businesses and Shopify stores launch Facebook ad campaigns, create custom audiences, lookalike audiences, and retargeting campaigns 100 times faster than their competitors using Scalify. Start using Scalify today.